Hey guys, and welcome to Miranda Bought Another Dad Shirt. This one's really cool though, so whatever. So today I thought I would talk to you guys about things to know when you're first getting into plants, or as I like to call them, things Miranda needs to remember on a daily basis even though she spent 5 years around plants, yet still gets upset about her plants on a daily basis. So these are things that if you're just getting into plants, it's very important to remember these things, especially because it's so easy to spend a lot of money and time and energy and mental energy and physical everything. Oh my god, wait, you have to see my cat. Anyway, on plants, and it's easy even when you're super into it to get too into it, we'll say. So the first thing to remember is that plants die. It happens. Everyone has plants that die. Everyone has plants that they can't keep alive no matter what. And even the most experienced, the most knowledgeable, the most intensive care people have plants that die. And it's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to get upset about. It's nothing to cry over, especially unless it's like your most loved plant, in which case crying might be involved. And this is something that I have had to learn this spring because I was so confident in my ability to take care of plants and to keep them alive, and then they all started dying and I was like, what is wrong with me? I'm doing something wrong. I don't know how to take care of plants. Might as well just get rid of them all. And that's irrational and that's dumb. And it's not true. And just please remember that no matter what happens to your plants, you still have the ability to take care of them. That's the great thing about plants, is no matter what happens, you can still buy another one and take care of it. You can still learn how to take care of the plant that you accidentally killed. Plants learn with you and they will always be there. So at least hopefully if we don't kill the environment by 2020, Boy Scouts honor, apparently. So the second thing to remember is that there's always a reason that your plants die. You might have insects, you might have pests, whatever, fungus. It's really important to assess why your plants died. If you see yellowing and kind of spots on the leaves, check for spider mites, check for mealybugs. If you see brown or black near towards the soil, you might have root rot. Just assess yourself and know that no matter how experienced you are, it's always important to learn, to have the ability to learn, to be like, okay, well, I did that wrong. Moving on, what do I do going forward? Why did this plant die? Just keep yourself in check and know that you're not perfect. A third thing to remember, especially when you're starting out, is to not spend a lot of money on plants. Buy those staple plants that you can find everywhere and learn really, really well how to take care of them. Even if that means that you have to buy another $5 plant at Walmart, that's okay. That's awesome. Like, you're learning, and that's the point of doing this whole thing. It's not to have the best plants, to have the prettiest plants, to have the most growth on your plants. It's to learn and to enjoy the plants that you have. So just don't spend a lot of money on something, especially if you don't quite know what you're doing yet. And even if you do know what you're doing, at myself, don't buy a $150 plant when you can barely pay rent. Just like maybe a good idea. So going off of that, the fourth thing is everyone's plant tastes are different. Not everyone's gonna like the same stuff, and stuff that's popular or that everyone has might not appeal to you, and that's okay. And stuff that doesn't appeal to everyone else might be your favorite plant. Like, I have a friend who hates Aglaonemas, and I'm over here like, she's pretty. She's right over there. She's right. Ooh, wow, I'm so bad at pointing. She's right there. I really like her, and you know what? That's all that matters. Not what my friends say, Not what anyone else says. It's a basic plant, I know, but she's rewarding, she grows, and she has flowers, man. Those are important things, and I love her. And also remember that just because it's popular and you see someone have a really, really beautiful one, doesn't mean that it's logical for you to have it. So if you're like, dang, that Calathea, I don't know, orbifolia is so pretty and so popular and so rare and I want one, yet you live in the middle of the desert and you aren't willing to spend money on a humidifier, and maybe your house gets too much light, don't do that. That's a bad idea. No matter how popular it is, it might not be feasible for you to have, and that's okay. Like, that's fine. I can't do cactuses. Yep, I don't have enough light for cactuses. I have some in my window, and they are probably gonna die, to be honest with you. Just can't do them. I love them, but that's like just me. I don't have the space, or the space that I have is not conducive to growing cacti. Remember that there are always people who are going to criticize what you have, and there are those people out there who really are just in it to look cool. And so if you see someone with a really, really awesome plant collection and they're like constantly getting this new or rare or whatever plant, and you're like, oh, that's really cool, I wish I could be like them and have 30,000 followers on Instagram because of my plants, just assess the motives. There's some people on Instagram who are really popular, and I'm like, it's cool, it's awesome that you can afford all those plants, but that's not what this is about, really. Stick to your core collection. You know, you like aroids. Get yourself some aroids. Start collecting philodendrons. You can find them everywhere. They're really easy to take care of. That's not what I do. But basically, just remember to find your plant style and to stick to that. Maybe extend it a little bit, but just know what you like and get what you like, and don't feel pressured by anyone to have something that's more rare or whatever. If you really, really, really love your Monstera deliciosa, that is so awesome. Like, have your whole house full of those things. Get yourself a massive totem and grow that thing so it has 5-foot tall leaves. Like, you go for it. Even though to some it's overrated, it's too popular, whatever, just stick to what you like. You know what you like. Find what you like and stick to it, and don't let anyone change your mind about a plant, because that's not being you. That's not being authentic. This just got very deep. And finally, the thing that I wanted to talk to you guys, a thing that I wanted to tell you guys is that it is possible to train your animals. And I may have said this in a previous video. My God, I can't talk. I feel like I'm saying words. It is possible to train your dog to not eat your plants. Like, my cats, my 3 kittens, are all trained to not touch my plants. And it kind of baffles me when people are like, oh, I can't have this plant because I have this pet. Have you trained your dog to sit? Is he housebroken? Does he stay? Does he listen to you when you say, no, don't eat the shoes? It's really possible to train your animals. It really is. So don't think that you can't have a specific plant just because it's toxic to cats, to dogs, to children, whatever. Children especially are trainable. Not that they're animals like cats or dogs, but they will listen more easily. I really cannot speak. They will listen easier to no than dogs and cats. But it's entirely possible to be like, hey, that's my favorite plant, don't touch that, and have your animals listen. So whether that's a or a reminder for some of you, just saying. And that is all I have for you. Just some reminders for you, reminders for me, reminders for everyone. Keep yourself level-headed, grounded, and confident in what you like. And don't let anything steer you off that path, because it's very easy to get caught up in what's popular or what's trending in the houseplant community, especially because there's always new introductions, there's always new varieties, always new species that are being discovered. But that's not always important, and that's definitely not what this is about. Definitely not what houseplants are about. Houseplants are about plants, and a Fittonia is a plant, just like a Philodendron gloriosum is a plant. And whether you like one or hate one or whatever, doesn't really matter, because you're doing your best and you're going for it, and that is the important thing. So don't get discouraged, don't get let down by your financial means or by your past successes or past failures, because there's always room to grow. I'm terribly sorry about that pun. But yeah, I will see you guys later, and I hope this has been helpful. Bye.